Hey guys, this is Christopher Beeson. You may know me as Winged Light Angel Dragon on YouTube, and my paranormal team is known as Spectral Paranormal. And just earlier, when I thought I was recording, I found out that my camera function had changed by itself. This may be the cause of a mischievous spirit. Earlier I spoke to one of the people who work here, and apparently his boss was messed with by a spirit. And he was working, and there's no one here except him, and one of the kiosk went off, and they had the Taps video on there, and it was playing by itself. This means the possibility of a mischievous spirit. And earlier, my camera actually switched to from video recording to photo all by itself without me touching it. Right now I decided to actually... What was that? I just heard something say something near me just now, and I don't know from where. It's weird. And there are some signs of, I believe that's termite damage. But there are some that do have signs of tampering by human hands. 1941. Some of these crosses do not have names on them, which basically means that they're not really sure who it is. So right now I'm going to do this function for a short little bit, see if we can see anything. Heard something right over there. I'm going to use this function for a tiny little bit as I walk through the cemetery. And it does seem that the wind is starting to pick up a tiny bit. I'm going to use this black and white IR sensor real quick to try and see if we can see anything. Keep in mind that when I do say mischievous, it doesn't quite mean that the spirit is malevolent. It just means that the spirit that's being playful, basically, and does not wish harm upon others. just here basically saying, hi, I'm here, and everything like that. Is my phone vibrating? If we continue to walk through here, it does look like one of the graves was disturbed. Because you can see that Ambrose Robinson's grave has indeed been broken. This is a sign of desecration, and it may actually be a sign that maybe Ambrose is the one walking around right now. But by the size of the grave, it says 1883 to 1931. This grave looks like the kind of a smaller individual. I'm not sure. I'm going to try to walk around it and avoid accidentally hitting things. It does look like there are a few holes, maybe from gophers around here. I'm not sure because there is some loose soil. And as I said earlier, I am currently using the black and white IR setting to see if anything will appear in the video. That's my dad over there. Is there anybody here with us? Out here in the cemetery? If so, were you a soldier during the Civil War? Or someone who was present during that time? Occasionally, since we are outside investigating, there may be occasional times where there is the sound of airplanes going over. This is normal. This is a former military cemetery. Or I do believe it's still functioning. But this is a historic site and may actually have proof of hauntings. Well, not proof of hauntings exactly, but may still have an entity looking around. Wonder if there aren't any other ghost hunters coming today besides me. Because right now I'm investigating during the day. We may... What the heck was that? For a second there. I thought I just saw what looked like the apparition in the camera. For just a second. Gonna try to zoom in for a second. And this was one of the places that was listed on hauntedplaces.org. As I said before, my camera was actually messed with, and the setting was switched during my initial recording. What the? That wasn't like that before, was it? What's this? I just walked through here earlier. Is there anybody here right now? I was just walking through here earlier and could swear that this was not like that before. May have been, but I'm not sure. Is the sensor on? I think it is. Whoa. Be careful with this one. This one looks like it dealt with maybe a sinkhole or something. Occurred here. The grave not very easy to read on this one. It seems that somebody had asked for it to have cursive writing on it. Wait, where did that vehicle go? Huh? Could have sworn there was a vehicle here just a sec. There you go. I haven't heard a beep yet. As I travel further down, maybe I'll catch something. Looks like there is a bit of proof of tampering in some areas. This one looks like it was either human tampered with or could have been termites. But there are like several holes in here, like maybe gophers have been through here, stuff like that, because this looks like loose gravel out here several places. So it's actually newer looking gravel as well. And lastly, I'm going to try recording over there. Huh. Is there anybody over here that wishes to communicate with me? If so, please show yourself. To me. I know it's not nightfall yet. But were you the one that was messing with one of the employees in that building over there? If so, what is your name? I'm here if you want to have your presence be known. I'm Chris Beeson of Spectral Paranormal TV. And I will make sure that your presence be known. What? That's new. I just passed there earlier. It wasn't broken off like that. What the hell? Am I actually welcome to be here? A second ago, this was not broken like this. Something's happening even during the day here. This literally looks like it was snapped off just now. Did you just cause this to be like that? Did you just cause this cross to be like that? Are you the one that did this? Do you want your presence to be known? I just walked through there earlier and there wasn't a cross that was broken off like that before. Would seem like something is actually active right now. I didn't even hear anything snap. So I'm pretty sure if one of these snapped, I would probably hear it. Right now I'm starting to feel a strong amount of energy right in this area right here. And the strength of it is immense. I'm walking further and further this way. Whoa, Jesus. Also trying to be careful because there does appear to be loose ground everywhere. There's loose soil. And I want to be careful to make sure that I do not fall at all. And a little bit of history behind this place. Fort Stanton was originally a fort during the Civil War. I'm not sure which side it was part of. But there have been a lot of sightings over there, including the spirit of a little girl in one of the other buildings. Possibly one of the buildings there, inhabited by a spirit. I'm going to be heading over there later on. First, I want to finish investigating here. Gotta be careful too, because just as I said earlier, the ground is a little bit loose. It doesn't appear that whatever's here wants me around. Am I welcome to be here and search for you? I wonder why they're there. Of course, I'm actually ghost hunting during the day because I'm not sure when those gates close, and I don't want to break the rules and everything, so I'm hunting during the day. Usually they get prior information, fill out forms to make sure there's no damage done. What is that? Anybody else see what looks like an apparition over there? Where are you? Never seen a bird like that before. Wow. You have an interesting song, little bird. And as a shout out to Omar Gosh TV, give me a kiss. Now, if Omar wants to, whoa, anybody else see an outline right there? I'm currently looking through the screen of the camera, and I saw what looked to be an outline of someone just now. Keep in mind, none of this is edited or messed with at this time. And there have been witness accounts of ghostly activity. Huh. Wonder why that grave is right in the middle of the pathway like that. There are several, as you can see, there are like several crosses that are actually been downed as well. Whoa. What's that? My audio recorder is still going as well. As soon as I'm done here, I'm going to move on to the actual Fort Stanton. And as I just recently noticed, this place is actually rather large. So, quite a big distance to investigate. But people have well, what's that? Actually trying to be careful to keep the wind from interrupting the footage. It does appear there are actually people going by too. Hey, wind? You calm down a little bit? Wind? Huh? There's nothing over there. But yet I see what looks like someone standing there. Okay, I hope you guys can still hear me because the wind is starting to pick up a tiny bit. Hopefully the wind won't get too bad. Because I do want to actually still finish up here. Not be interrupted by too much wind. As I mentioned earlier, it does look like someone's been messing around with the graves here too. This one here looks like it's been snapped. And the American flag has been halved right there. So not everybody actually respects a historic place like this. There are graves from 1943 and on. There's a marker that says Peter Nicholas, January 13th, 1943. Some of these graves are from the original fort. Others were from, I believe, later on. From residents that currently live here or around here. It does appear, though, that someone is actually messing with a cemetery. And they should probably put up some cameras to make sure that no one's desecrating the grounds. Hey, what's that? There's this bush right there, but maybe that's an opening there. But people have had experiences take place here during the night. Just realized that my camera was all the way zoomed in. I apologize about that. But I'm gonna finish the... Wait, what the hell? Only 30 minutes. That's been an hour at least. Huh. Gonna have to look back at the video later. Ow. Some of these graves may look newer, but the wood crosses here, I believe, may have been from the Civil War. This one looks like has indeed seen darker times. And many of these look like somebody must have messed with them or something. Huh. I continue to head up this way. I can't help but to feel some energy surround this place. I mostly feel heavy feeling of regret and dread. It may actually be the spirit who still wanders this area, causing these feelings. There is indeed an intense feeling. Wait a sec. There are some that were buried here in 2006. 2005, even 2012. These look like some of the newer graves in the area. Wait, what the heck? Wait, that's the flowers of the grave in front. And these look like this is a grave for a wife and husband. One who passed in 2007 and the other who passed just 3 years ago. And I'm pretty sure I should leave rather soon, because I'm not sure how long I'll be welcome here for. I'm not even sure if the spirit is welcome of me here, of me being here. There have been interesting occurrences in this area, but I think that I should conclude my recording here, because I just finished walking through, and I will review the footage as soon as possible.